common matchup into the Rel. You can stop her engage because you can knock her out of it, or you can just pulverize her when she does get into the middle of it all, and you're relatively, well, you're very tanky.
Push in the mid lane. Adam doing a bit of proxying, getting some information in the enemy jungle. Looks like he can be annoying for Sheo here.
Adam chasing out his former jungler. All those years of missed ganks, just doesn't want to let him get this Gromp. Sheo does have the smite, but it's only 600 HP right now. Judgment out from Adam reduces the CC a little bit, but Carlson going all out as Adam has to flash away. No ghost on him on this Garen. Sheo falling low. Oh, the Demacian Justice, not quite enough to kill off Sheo. And now Adam is left with no place to go. First blood to Carlson.
Punished by Carlson. First blood over to Heretics. This will, of course, mean that the Dragon will go in favor of Rogue, knowing that the jungler is on the top side and forced to base.
But in terms of feats,
Flack it up to top, he's going to be able to, well, I say he's going to be able to push it. You're up against a Garen.
He can catch the wave. Yes, I think Adam will just try and force him away. Flacker looking for the damage here, but Adam does still have the flash, more just to chunk him out and make sure that passive takes a while to read.
I am a little surprised. I would think that with a Varus, you'd have a little bit more power in the early game, especially with the Garen.
Time. And he's already got enough CC that he can just lay it on top of the initial dive in by Sten. Misses the Shattering Strike. Adam looking for the flank down towards the bottom side. Has just TP back in. The Drake at 8,000. Patrick trying to poke Adam. Immediately collapsed on Nature's Grass coming out, but Camilo is the one who's caught. Gets rooted up for a second, has to be cleansed away, and now Adam is all on his lonesome. He flashes away. Rogue trying to restart the Dragon. Is down to 2,000, and it is secured by Rogue. Sten knocked back with the Blast Cone, and in the end, Heretics can't find a full engage. Just gonna lose, but Adam already chunking his way through this tower. The wave almost cleared away. The backdoor bonus. Adam, another auto's gonna be enough. Rogue get the feelers.
And we may even see Swifties come out for Larson in the near future, but Swifties in general, pretty good. Also, looks like early Void Staff for Larson.
There's about 230 gold for Flackett over Patrick, but nothing too trying to do is make the play around mid lane. Sheo gets chunked out a little bit, and I think because of that...
Carlson.
Oh, you're just going to face check Carlson? He is! Execute goes in immediately. Chain of Corruption there for the follow-up. The CC on Carlson is absolutely massive, but he's still Cassante, and of course... Drake about to spawn as well. It just comes up. Rogue looking for this. Rift Herald is going to be placed in the mid lane. Sten's still on that flank position. Carlson TP's back into the fight. 8,000 on the Drake. Sten goes in, but Execute with a great knockback immediately disengages Sten. However, Larson's being chased out by that Chaos Storm. Execute on the front line, knocked back into Heretics. They find their second of the game, and Rogue are walking away wounded. Malrang still looking for the steal. If he can get in, almost gets there in time to steal it. Carson with the knockback. Sten looking for the flank once again. Adam having to flash away. Sten decides not to dive any further into the midst of Rogue.
Sten's engage.
Kill the enemy, you get them low, you have teleports. At least one at the moment on Carlson. They'll take the top tier one. This allows them to push. If the jungler was a Wukong or something, you could just send him to the Drake, say, hey, start that up. See if you can take it.
To start it. I love the decision here from Rogue.
Remember, if they get this Voracious Atacam, they then get a false life, basically a fake GA. Carlson's coming around the corner. He's going to check it, but he doesn't have Smite, and Malorang does. Voracious Atacam
force the Baron. No TP available for Larson, so if he does fall, it's going to take longer for him to get back into the fight, but Adam can do a lot of damage.
Adam TPing down towards the bottom side of the river. Sten trying to step forward. Patrick tanking a couple of shots from the Baron there, down to about half HP. Carlson looking for the engage. Adam chasing, Flackett out. Carlson has to back away. Execute goes in. Chain of Corruption's going to land on Carlson, and immediately he's knocked back. Execute lives up to his name and takes one. Adam's going to withdraw with that GA, but Flackett's low as well, and Malrang's chasing him over the wall. Knocks him back. Patrick takes him. Now Camilo is in for a world of hurt. A shutdown for Patrick as Rogue find 4 kills.
They did expend both their TPs, so I was a little worried, but the reality is that the damage that they're able to do, as long as it's enough to force them back, Rogue can come back out onto the map and immediately force another Baron.
About a quarter left on that false life. They'll push in with the Baron buff as well, can play across 2 different lanes. Carlson just trying to stay out of range of Rogue here, but that's another tower go. They do have the Nature's Grasp from Malrang if they want to try and force Heretics off, and that's exactly what he'll use, as Heretics have to back away. Sheo is caught up, but that tower very quickly falling to Patrick and Larson. The tier 3 falls in the top lane. Adam's going to get the wave in mid as well to take out the tier 2 there.
Down whoever the target is in front of them, and usually Rogue is just going to win out because they don't have enough peel to protect Flackett.
And it's hard for Heretics to catch the backline as well. You've got Swift March on Adam, you've got Swift March on Patrick. Both of them have that extra movement speed. Larsen's upgraded his boots as well into whatever the Sorky upgrades were. Spellslinger's shoes. So they have all of this extra movement speed alongside extra stats coming out of it.
As that death cap completed, and this Orianna is very, very strong. Problem for Heretics as well is finding access into this brush is a very difficult thing to do. Face checking Adam is incredibly dangerous. Look at the position of Maurang.
Maurang is in prime position here. Immediately jumps onto Kamilu. They're going to knock him back as well. And even with the crash down, Kamilu falls to Demacian Justice. Patrick pulls off from the Drake. Chain of Corruption just going wide, but already the jungler from Heretics is down. And can they find anything out of this fight? Blackhead unable to really get in there. Maurang is down to a third HP, but he'll heal up off the Drake. That will be Soul for Rogue.
A fantastic flank there from Maurang, lying in wait, one with the bushes, and is able to lock down Kamilu. Team Heretics are forced to retreat through their bot lane. There's no real waves that Rogue have the ability to play off of right now, so they're going to look to reset after securing that Soul. But poor Victor. He was the bot side of the map, going to keep the pressure up. And Heretics doing really the only option that they can do, which is pushing through mid lane, looking to get control, but Adam on the flank.
Maurang as well, looking for that Nature's Grasp. Immediately they jump to Carlson. Look how far away Kamilu is from this fight. Now he can start to walk back, but already his top laner has been removed from the map. And Heretics just can't find a way to disengage when Rogue decide to run at them. Sten still looking for that engage, has the Magnet Storm. Sheo has the Glacial Prison. They don't have a jungler for 40 seconds. The Baron has been started by Rogue. It's Maurang and Patrick who are going to do it for now. Heretics, you just can't step in. Adam, Larsen, and Execute, good enough to be bouncers here. Sten's still looking for that flank, but even though you get the stun and the crash down, Adam just spins away from it, play baiting his way to victory. Execute goes back in with his ultimate, an extra tankiness enough to get Rogue out with the Baron. Sten still looking for that flank. Blackhead, you know, you could dive over the wall here. You hear the voices telling him to go. Sten went in, he'll dash back out. Wave pushing him mid. Top wave not quite in the right position for Rogue right now. Still too far away from that inhibitor to do too much. Blacker trying to clear the wave out, but Adam just raises the tower. It's a bulldozer in a previous life, it seems, as Rogue continue to step forward. Heretics 5v4 right now, but the threat of Adam just spinning towards their backline if they ever look for the engage, ever looming.
I feel like Rogue is way more cautious than they need to be. I guess they're relying on the fact that Adam can't be dealt with. So they're just allowing him to split push and pick away at these inhibitors. They've still got 45 seconds left on the Baron. I feel like they can just force a fight whenever they want.
But they don't need to is the important thing. They can just wait for Adam to take top in him, to take mid in him. Execute, stepping forward, looking for Sheo, already down to half HP. Patrick going forward as well. Execute, lands a three-man knock-up into the shockwave. And that's what they were waiting for. Rogue finds two immediately. Carlson walking back to the fountain, just trying to get himself healed up. Execute, still alive somehow. Double inhibs down. Maurang flashes in with the engage. And Blackhead goes pop. TP coming back in from Adam, back to full HP. And Rogue might not need the 3 inhibs to win the game. Adam chases in. Kamilu has no escape. Carlson, the last man standing. And it looks like Rogue are going to open up their account with a big fat W here as they take down Heretics in the first game of LEC Winter.
Slow, steady, and methodical play there from Rogue. Here ultimate. They have a solid front line in the form of Rel, Renekton, and Sejuani. A front-to-back style comp seems to be very much what we expect. Whereas Vitality have a little bit more poke. They have a little bit more options. Duo lane, get enough XP back, quickly address the bot lane and turn it into a 2v4.
Okay, it's just a chunk. Hilly using Aftershock there to tank tower shot because towers are a lot stronger now. I was very worried that they were just looking for a full-on dive there on Irrelevant. 113 is in the area. Kazi takes a tower shot himself as well. Irrelevant's going to get knocked back here. 113 going in. The pulverize from Hylissang was too early. Chased over by 113. Lynxus is in the area. Can he get close enough to save his Alistair? The answer is a resounding no. BDS on the board as Irrelevant picks up the first kill of the game.
Vitality's bot lane completely fumbled the play there. They get waived. I think that's a wise move. You do have, well, Nagnago doesn't have TP, so it's unlikely he's going to get involved in the fight. They're keeping their pressure up in mid. And Ice has now made his way over to help with this objective. So overall, great start for BDS. They get themselves the first Dragon of the game. They denied the entirety of the first Grubs. They also secured first Blood. So in terms of the feats of strength, definitely things looking in their favor.
Yep, BDS will be very happy with how this game is going early on. Hylissang, Kazi, and Linsus looking to see if they can find something in the bottom lane, but there is a ward in that tri-bush from BDS that makes them safe as houses. Paris is going to step up. Hylissang stunned, only level 5 right now. 113 coming in, and there's the bullet time. Hilly oversteps for the second time this game, and BDS immediately pounce. Root Caller coming out. Good block from Paris. He'll burn his flash to get away, but he saves his AD carry summoners.
Bit of trading happening in the top side of the map as well. Naknako forced to retreat against the Renekton. The bottom side of the map threatening the dive. Set their sights on the tower place instead, recognizing, hey, we might not be strong enough to fight them this early on. The Renekton is a very scary opponent to have to go up against. They'll concede them for now.
Oh, TP behind here.
Here we go.
Harvest looking for Irrelevant coming in as well. Kazi, Valkyries and flashes away. Hylissang gets the knockback. Linsus here to join the party. Irrelevant still chasing Kazi down. The redemption coming out. Kazi healing up just in time. Another auto from the Croc would have spelled his doom. Irrelevant down to 100 HP, and GiantX is the first to move from mid. Irrelevant falls, bullet time opens up, but Paris knocked up by Daisy and knocked down by Kazi.
A nice idea from BDS, but the response from Vitality was simply better. The redemption coming in his way down. Looks like Irrelevant was just trying to buy time, ready for his mid laner to join and catch this wave.
It's also less of an objective now. Yes, it is the goal, but it's not contributing to those feats, because BDS have already secured them. Naknako should be able to, almost takes it. Emperor's Divide comes back though. Naknako still takes the tower. Does have the flash, will dash across the wall. 113 going wide with the Arctic Assault. Naknako still trying to survive, lands the Counter-Strike, but only onto Paris. And the Glacial Prison will lock Naknako up. BDS find another kill. Meanwhile, Vitality using their man advantage in the mid lane to push in this tower. Make it rain coming out from Ice. 113 still looking for that flank, but Kazi and Hylissang will wisely back off towards the bottom side. Bot lane where the action was, as Vitality were able to jump on BDS using Irrelevant's teleport to get behind them. 2 minutes before Atakan does spawn, but with Drake up, BDS are looking to get themselves to Soul Point. Paris could get a flank off here. Hylissang has been waiting. Linsus coming across as well. 113. Arctic Assault's forward, stunned up by the Unraveled Earth. Knocked back, TP's coming in from both sides. Hylissang with a 2-man pulverize. Ice looking to open up with the bullet time. Hylissang down to about half HP. Irrelevant joins fray, and Naknako is in the midst of 5 members of BDS. The diving from Paris. There's the bullet time as well, but Paris will be the first to fall, taken out by GiantX. Kazi joins the party and forces BDS away.
Hylissang and Naknako buy so much time. GiantX rejoins the fray, looking for a bit of action, but he's not able to find it. The Herald going to be dropped into bot lane to secure that objective. Should open up the Dragon for Vitality as well. But ultimately another one skirmish from Vitality, and it's ultimately a matter of BDS turned all their attention onto Naknako in the fight.
Oh, he overstepped. He thought he was safe because no one jumped out of the bush, and now his team are already on the Drake, and BDS realize, well, we've got another man. Perhaps we can fight this. Ice coming in from their side. Linsus and Kasi forced away. Hylissang trying to join up with his AD carry and jungler. Root Caller eaten by 113. Kazi still putting some damage down. Paris here to join the battle. Naknako up in 20 seconds, but no TP on him will make it very difficult for him to join this fight. Seismic shove on 113, the ignite ticking as well. 113 falls to Hilly. Nuke dives in with the Emperor's Divide. It's only Hilly who falls first. Now it's a 3v3, but another great seismic shove from GiantX. Finds another for Vitality.
Vitality just continue to outplay BDS in these fights. Linsus with a beautiful flash. Kazi taking 0 damage with excellent spacing, and GiantX just finding so much value out of the knockback time and time again. Vitality demonstrating their individual talent in these skirmishes, and they're making it work. They'll secure their first Dragon of the game.
GiantX is having a stormer here on the LEC stage. 3-0-2. Beating out Nuke in a lot of these battles. We'll have another look at the play, because at this point you think BDS can take the fight.
But it's still a 3v3. They don't actually have the numbers advantage yet. They're being chipped away at by Kazi. And then Hylissang goes for a bit of an engage. You'll see the knockback come through into 113. The ignite ends up finishing him off. And then watch the Azir here flash away from Linsus, connects the root on. Kazi then immediately turns his attention. And then another knockback from GiantX to set up for the extra kill onto Paris. Just beautiful individual play coming out from Vitality, securing themselves the kill lead, about a 1.5k gold lead, and a Dragon to boot.
Yeah, getting the Dragon huge as well, delays the soul from BDS. Yeah, Atakan has spawned, once again, voracious in nature. Naknako to step forward with Linsus and Hylissang here. Hilly, pretty tanky with that Ziggs convergence already complete. Has the Unbreakable Will as well. No flash for him. flashes really across the board. Only Nako has one to his name. Irrelevant's pushing through mid. Vitality going to try and answer it. There's the Weaver's wall. GiantX comes down on the right side of it. Seismic shove with the knockback. Hylissang with the follow-up. Nako here to join. A little bit more action. Jumps across the wall. Irrelevant getting chipped away at, and Irrelevant will fall first. Seismic shove going wide. The bullet time opens up, but that's some very tanky members that Ice is trying to rattle through. Paris Hex flashes the wall, and Vitality able to walk away with every man standing.
I mean, this Ivan is proving to be a nuisance for the next.
If they had got the last one as well, this could be Soul into Artakan or Artakan into Soul, right? Get that GA or the false life back. Now Hylissang and Linus trying to push forward together, but there's still vision behind them. Irrelevant now finishing Sterak's Gauge, will have the teleport as well, and that flank teleport is always a risk. Nako though has been knocking on the tier 2 tower in the top lane for a while. Continues to do so. Irrelevant actually popping the Dominus there. Counter-Strike coming out as well from Nako. He'll jump away. Irrelevant trying to keep his tower alive, but can't close the gap on the Jax right now.
I think Nako still has his ulti available though, which means that should he TP into the fight, they're going to have that advantage. Irrelevant now has to put a lot of pressure onto Nako to stop him getting involved.
I feel like Irrelevant is saying, I want you here, and my team will play without me. Hylissang goes in, only onto 113. He's knocked back with the seismic shove, though, and has to flash away. Glacial Prism hits on Kazi, but he immediately cleanses it away, and already BDS have lost one. Vitality looking for more. The Weaver's Wall in from GiantX. Paris has to dodge to the sides of the seismic shove, but dashes back in. No hope left for him, and the bullet time doesn't do much. Hylissang with a knockback. The pulverized mist, but he got the knockback, guys, okay? It's the thought that counts as the root caller hits onto Nuke. He tries to put the damage back down onto GiantX, who's healed up with the redemption.
Hey, I mean, it's hilly, man, it's hilly.
You don't know where Ice was, maybe he was near the tower, it was blind, lads, okay?
Happens. That's going to unlock Artakan for Vitality, their first of the split, and again, just great mechanics, great patient play from Vitality. Here we go, more action on the map.
Say what you want about Artakan, but it definitely makes the teams fight. Nuke still has that Emperor's Divide, has the flash. Irrelevant trying to step forward. Dominus about to come back off cooldown for him. TP coming in from Nako as well as he joins the Barney. Artakan's patience might expire. Throws out a few bolts. Remember, if you're tanking Artakan, your armor and magic resist is shredded as well, up to 50 of each. So even if you have a good tank like Hylissang here or Linus putting the shields on you, you are going to take quite a lot of damage. Vitality getting control through the bot side here. Daisy poking her nose in, seeing what's happening with this Drake. It looks like BDS will secure the Dragon. Will they just give up afterwards? Irrelevant slices away from Nako's engaged. GiantX, though, has caught Paris, who will crash down to safety. Hylissang now rejoining the battle. BDS looks to gain mid-control. Hylissang goes in onto 113. The Weaver's Wall will separate the two. Nuke has to flash the seismic shove, and now Nako going in with the counter-strike. Emperor's Divide being put down. Irrelevant tries to dive onto the backline, but they just don't do the damage. Kazi able to get away. Magnet Storm on the backline as well, but there's so much shielding, and there's so much healing coming out from Linus. Paris is able to kill off Hylissang, but in the end, it's Irrelevant who falls for BDS, and Vitality take the right side of the trade.
This is happening. They have blue trinkets available. They're going to spot them out.
Chunks out Ice as well, doing his job there. BDS will step round. Not the quickest Baron as of yet, 10,000 HP on it. Nako is chasing Irrelevant up towards the top side. Nuke looking for that engagement, doesn't have a flash, nor does Paris. Has that Hex flash, he wants to go in. Control Ward in the back of the pit is spotting that Baron for now. Nako coming around the corner. BDS will know he's at least in the area, trading with Irrelevant, goes in with the counter-strike, might have to dash back out to a teammate. Hylissang there, bullet time coming in as well as the Baron falls down to 1,000 HP! Linus flashes forward to secure the Baron, Paris goes in with the Magnet Storm as well. Hylissang's able to kill off his enemy support, Irrelevant's Sterak's Gauge is popped. Will they be able to dash out of the back of the pit? Vitality will take the 1-for-1, 113 doesn't have a way to go, nor does Irrelevant, it seems locked up. 3 kills in exchange for one, a Baron as well for Vitality, and they're looking for a little bit more. GiantX going for more. The seismic shove hits on Nuke. What can this man not do? GiantX on absolute form right now.
He gets locked up. The bullet time does so much damage, and the Baron was so low. But you'll notice that 113 gets knocked out of the pit. He gets stunned by GiantX. The
Unraveled Earth.
Unraveled Earth is the word I was looking for. And he can't get back into the pit, which means that he then can't threaten the smite steal. It's very much about dancing around your opponent. They have a lot of poke, they have a lot of chip damage, and if they have the ability to find that pick, shut down that single target, they just melt through you one at a time. With such a solid frontline in the form of Hylissang, they are tearing BDS apart.
It's full float like a butterfly, sting like a bee here from Vitality, and now they have that false life, that GA for the next 100 seconds or so. They'll push in for the tier 2 in mid.
They should just dive.
Yeah, just go for the tier 3, just go for it. You've got Dawn Corp as well on the Ivan, an incredibly powerful item when you can get that extra healing and shielding. And BDS realize, well, they can just go, so we're just gonna go back to our fountain, back off. The wave's pushing in bots as well as Vitality crack open the base of BDS. They're looking to open up a tier 3 in the bot lane as well. The tier 2 already fallen, and they have GiantX and Nako escorting the way forward. BDS forced all the way back to their Nexus towers right now as Vitality take 2 inhibitors off the push. You might as well dive it, Betty.
Yeah, why not? Just dive it. You've still got the GA available. You really don't get punished for losing a life, and you're going to immediately respawn. Hilly's looking for it.
He's just walking forward. Counter-strike coming out from Nako as well. They're just going for the chip damage right now on the Nexus towers.
Just dive him, Hilly. This is what you've been waiting for. Your career has built up to this point.
Hilly, up here, there's some space that needs to be made, okay? You have to create some space, and he does it. He dives in, looks for the fight. Powers goes in with a Riddick gauge. Bullet time coming out. Remember, if Vitality die, they will just come straight back to life, but BDS do not have that same luxury. Nako can TP back in. Vitality still have 3 GAs on their shoulders, and the Nexus is open. Nuke chipped away, he dies. The Emperor's Divide does not save him. Vitality crack open the base and crack the heads of BDS as they claim their first win of winter.
That rel goes for the engage, so I do understand it. I just think at this stage you've so much frontline. Adding just a little bit of supportive tools would be nice.
I guess they just heard that tanks are OP and we're just
a lot of difficulty in actually finishing off the Jax underneath the tower.
One of the reasons we saw, you know, even at Worlds, even last year, while Jax was so popular is because he couldn't survive. You're right. Sustainability there. Jace doesn't have the same thing, and at level 2, GiantX is in so much trouble. He's twisted advance, he's ignited as well. He flashes out, but he's right in the line of fire of Noah as Jun tanks up the last turret shot, but Noah needs one more. GiantX close to leveling up. The Mystic shot missing. Noah flushes out the first blood, and it works in the
end.
We're
starting to see a lot of teams opt into is the early rotation of, instead of going towards top side to enter in towards Grubs, it's mid lane to open up both sides where you can now play for mid, but also take over control towards
part 2. Wow, true shot barrage and everything in the kitchen sink hitting. Jun gets the kill off the ignite, but GiantX, no fear in the dive as we look towards the bottom side. SK want to replicate and they get the stun up with the concussive blows, but Rika doesn't have enough health to dive, nor his flash.
But he's nearly level 6, one more creep, and Rahel should be able to hit it. There it is. Does he use the ult to stop it?
Zap at least cancels for Lot, making him scared, but they need a bit of extra damage to get the execute.
Yeah, still look at Jackie's though. He's starting to move down to try and cover this Lot. Going to see if he can defend the tower, but it's so low.
As it burns down, the Grub's helping out. Winter's Bite trying to get extra damage onto Lot. All it would take is Rahel to get a rocket down, and
he's going to get excited.
He will be dead, and I think I will too, Dagda, because the GiantX is top laner. He's playing on a knife's edge. There it is! You know what? We won't take the Lot because he's now dead.
And they're still trying to move members down here as GiantX. They really want to defend this turret, but Reeker now has ultimate if Jun goes for the engage, and Isma can be here in a matter of moments. Closes.
The only thing right now looking good for GiantX, or rather in this very moment, is the fact that Dragon started for closer, but will he be able to maintain?
Reeker just kind of sitting around here. I think at this stage you want to back off from this as SK. Your bot lane is nowhere to be found. The ults have already been used, so you're only going to give kills across here.
Rika taking a bit of damage, but it's AP damage. Galio doesn't mind, but Jun still angling through. You're right. We look for the Jace. He's flown through with a taxi driving as Isma sets up for the hero's entrance, and now for GiantX, they freeze the stream. But do they get further out? They run for their lives as the range still comes through from GiantX, but on the back end, I'm looking at closer, in trouble, and down for the count.
I'm shocked that went
throughout the game, and solo laners, I should say, it's just a turret plating game, isn't it? First turret still not taken, but SK will pull this one up, and the feat of strength at least one step closer here as they lock and seal that deal.
Yeah, the thing is though, it's I think they're in a really good spot here. Your Jinx has already got some early kills, the Cole's going to pop pretty soon, and you're starting to rack up on these objectives as well. GiantX, they kind of need to find something to slow this game down, or else SK could get to room 8.
And again, it just seems breezy after what we saw for the dives as Hextech Drake goes down, and Yoink, you'll take that. We just wait for one more to be locked on in here as SK, they defend top. GiantX are looking for a dive here, Dagda, and I'm not sure how it's going to go with a Brom on the way.
Exactly. You've got Isma in the vicinity. TP to try and help.
A Galio, so he's going to taunt you. Lot doesn't get the stun off. It looks messy, and I don't like mess as Lot takes a turret shot. It ramped up, but he's not dead for now. Isma trying to pick apart the pieces.
Yeah, they can continue to chase here. Isma has the flash. Can he land?
Well, there's enough damage going onto Jackie's. There's a Glacial Fissure knocked into the air. The Winds of Water help out, and Jackie's in trouble, but they've run out of their burst. Still, an audacious charge, maybe too ambitious. Flushing away is Isma SK. Are they going too far now is the question. As Jun takes down the jungler, GiantX chasing for more, bringing the teleport up as well, and Lot is now ready for his own Counter-Strike.
To try and set up control. And this is something, again, like, you're seeing a different approach by many different top teams as to how they want to try and play around this stuff. You look at like BLG, they're playing more for side lanes, whereas when you look at a team like Gen G, they've been playing a huge amount of we want to play off of our AD carry in mid, and it looks like SK have been watching the Gen G VODs for this one, and it's working out for them.
And that's why we might see second item come through, which has been common, something like the Hull Breaker. I just want to point out the map though quickly. SK have just moved, opened up mid on GiantX resetting, and now get top turret as well. I mean,
as you can see, Jace has a Doran's Blade, therefore he's allowed to do that much damage. Yeah,
right.
So, the problem is Jace's base stats, he's like 310 damage on just his Q alone at base level. Before you add in any sort of like scaling or anything like that, his W does a ton of percentage max health. His E is also an execute. So like a lot of his damage is just built into the kit inherently, which is why we're seeing this tank this tank Jace.
And to a flat out second instead by a Rahel. So no Hull Breaker build. It is just a Jinx.
I'm fine with that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I am too. Yeah. There's a lot of tanks, as you said, on this roster.
So the thing is, I'm curious how much of it is just AD carry players being in protest that they might have to play mages in the bottom lane again. Like we heard Jack Spectre talk about earlier. It's like, I'm so annoyed I'm going to build tank items on my Jinx AD carry second item. Because for anyone who doesn't know, there was an LPL player that ended up building Hull Breaker second item on Jinx after the Kraken Slayer. Did all right. But you know what? Maybe you just stick to crit. Yeah.
Got Hull Breaker with his Herald charges here, by the way. It's going to go for the next. And ambitious, no. Isma just aggressive. Ultis out, turns it into a play against Noah. He gets the bare brunt of it as Nature's Grasp will fly across. It gets a double root, but there's the lockdown by Jun. It's good setup, but the return here for GiantX might hurt them. SK separated for the time being. Jackie's is doing that with his Chaos Storm, getting Rahel the hell out of the way. GiantX have won the fight. They've defended their base.
Yeah, definitely ambitious at the end of it. Isma ends up fourth.
Ambessa, Chase. Yeah, Arcane's on the right.
Vi was banned.
Vi is consistently banned.
Yeah.
Skarner must be from Arcane. Like, he's got to be in there somewhere. Even if he's set design, I feel like right now we're having the ride of our lives with Arcane.
The whole story that, like, his tribe was murdered and stuff, so I'm sure parts of their...
Let's find out. Twisted Advance, and Loopy's just dead. Now, Arakan has spawned top...
major, like, Dragon Fight or anything like that. GiantX won't have this because it's 2.5 minute buff for Baron. They could use it at the next Mountain Dragon fight, but it's only kind of one for them, so I think SK can give it across. But I think when you have a moment like this in a game that's running away from you, just getting an objective off the map is never a bad thing, but SK...
Lot TP'd in, he's got a Counter-Strike on their carry, that's their only source of damage, so SK need to keep Rahel alive. Isma's going to be the target though, because he's easy access. GiantX lured them in with a 2-man Magnet Storm, they've lured them down, and GiantX are now pummeling them into the ground. A double with Nature's Grasp trying to bring yet another into fruition as Jackie's damage hits hard, and now Lot on top of Rika's going to remind him where he came from. A shutdown, a big kill, and GiantX are shooting for thrills.
GiantX are bringing it back in the mid game. Great TP from Lost. Again, these TPs from GiantX has been devastating to SK. And now they're going to pick up. Yeah, again, these wards have been fantastic. Lot able to get in on towards Rahel. Sure, you burn the cleanse, but it just means that when Jackie's comes forward here, great call on the flash. So Jun interrupts Reeker on that potential ultimate, and Jackie sees his target, flashes over the wall, finishes off Rahel, and now you kind of called it a champ select. There's just not a huge amount.
Medic nailed that in his cast earlier.
Now I'm never going to hear that.
Flash Twisted Advance. Rahel was too far forward. Nature's Grasp beautiful as well. Closer again. He's happy to send it. He's got the false life. Big shout out to Dagda for looking that up as GiantX still pushing forward. No, it takes a turret shot or two. even ease into a Winter's Bite as Lot is now looking for a turret of his own.
Yeah, you're going to be facing off against GiantX. Noah, oh, Isma would have loved to get that. Unlucky to get caught in that position, because honestly, it still sends you back as your team's trying to push out of the map. And you still want to get value for these objectives. Like, they are getting Dragon, maybe looking for the dive here as well.
This is value. True Shot Barrage. Lot is still got a turret underneath. Jun will tank it up for now. And yeah, they just, I guess.
You're not really getting value, right? Like, you don't get the tower. They already were going to get the Dragon off of a fight, right? But, oh, now they're going for it.
Rika's looking. I mean, GA has just expired, so this is a fair fight. But Jun with the re-engage, crash down, not connecting. But Lot's TP'd in. Chakis is TP'd in on the team. And now, stunned up, Rika has nowhere to go. Isma's in the middle of the fight, but for GiantX, their front line is tanky enough. The damage as well, falling behind the wayside. GiantX running for his life. Loopy not far behind him. And Rahel, the one damage source, is dead like a dodo.
Noah snipes Rahel in the middle of the fight and shuts down any of the damage from SK.
We said that over and over, whether he had something with an escape like Tristana or not. So for GiantX, closing out this game, such an important start to their LEC winter. Right now, they're doing all their due diligence, clearing out vision, getting control of this choke as they continue to threaten this Baron that now they're committing teleports to as they move to the mid lane.
Yeah, it's just Noah trying to get back in. Making sure he's okay. Loopy's very far forward, though.
Spot is great. He gets a double counter strike and he pulls out the ult of Isma. For someone debuting the LEC, he's looking confident. And with the rest of GiantX cleaning up now SK, they've got no chance. Another one bites the dust and GiantX gets hit against the wall. Lot is unstoppable. Take Baron now as well, no contest. Lot in the enemy jungle. I would like to say the same thing, but Isma spots him out. Reek is there as well. These are tanks, and it's going to take a while as the rocket is going to be blocked by Jun. Great heads up from GiantX as Lot has to ulti to try and get out. Jackie's is on the way. He's got enough for a counter-strike in the mana bar, but now he's running out. There's Winter's Bite, there's concussive blows, but there's a gravity field that's making it difficult to move. Lot still dies. It's a shutdown to Loopy, unfortunately for SK, but there's no top laner for 55 seconds.
There is no top lane turret for SK either. Noah's been working away through that after picking up the Baron too, so nicely done by Noah, getting a 700 gold injection there onto the Ezreal. SK setting up for this Dragon, but I don't know, like...
Are they strong enough 4v5?
That's the question, because Jackie's, I can't see, is his ultimate, isn't quite up on time, so maybe they feel confident to fight here.
Teleport's going to answer that for you, isn't it? It would be the third Dragon for SK, a way back into this game that's falling so far to the wayside. Nature's Grasp hits 3 members of the front line. True Shot Barrage is a whiff at 4K. Rika is spotted on a minion, spotted on a ward, but he doesn't need to come in, just the threat. The Glacial Fisher down after Dragon goes in, but Jun with a 3-man Magnet Storm and a hero's entrance at that hits nothing. Rika's now into the front lines of damage, but SK have still taken down and given a reset over to Rahel. But look at those health bars. Closer in, Twisted Advance, finds that damage source, hits a blast cone. Rahel running for his life. He's the only chance, but Jackie's knows that too. Another rampage, another kill, another hit for Lot. And GiantX now running behind his own enemy lines. Noah is chasing this up, zoning between 2 turrets. But GiantX, it feels like the wallet dip really made a difference in the end.
Reeker's ultimate brought so much space to that fight for Rahel, but it just wasn't enough. They get 1 kill, but GiantX, the second that pause is over, they're straight back into the fight. The bell rings and it's SK that drop immediately.
When Rahel gets a reset, well, I think it'd be much better for them if he had something like an Infinity Edge as that 4th item. Will they be given the chance to get there?
At this stage, it's going to be rough. Jun finds GiantX, but you can see there's just not enough damage there behind it. This is kind of like build when you want to try and be ahead, because when you fall behind, there's just not enough, and now GiantX looking for more.
The AoE hurts. Nature's Grasp, great. Again, Close has had a good start too. If we're talking about names, as Inner Turret goes down, he's now zoned out, and just as I talk him up, he's going to get caught out. Rocket gives a reset for Rahel, and he starts firing away. Lot ulti's in, but his team is a little bit far away right now. The range from Noah going to help out, though, as they finally get within each other, as GiantX look for another angle of approach. But Noah's like, no, I'm going over the wall. This Ezreal unleashed. The flash forward, the burn on GiantX, the ult not needed, and Noah is here on GiantX for now.
Noah's looking buff with that red buff. That was a play and a half. Immediately jumping onto the back line, and now GiantX, they just get to end the game.
He's feeling it, man. GiantX are running into the Nexus turrets. Whether they respawn or not, SK will never know because one drops down. GiantX looking for another. SK have got 20 seconds, 30 seconds in top lane as Jun looks for that final engage. At 33 minutes, Rika is going to Hero's entrance down, but his team is already dead. Outside of Rahel, there's no one standing in front of GiantX. Nexus turret number 1, Nexus turret number 2 now dead, and Noah yet again flashing on his Ezreal as the Nexus will fall, and GiantX, the hype.
So the Ivern doesn't really have someone that can give those shields to enable a huge amount, but still decent in those team fights. Whereas for Madeline's Koi, I mean, this is the most obvious team fight. Get back into a position with the ramp up to then get the crash down, and you won't have the crash down available, which is kind of the shield you want for a potential dive, but level 3 on Oscarinen.
Mount up instead, it's now run its course, so no flip back yet. In fact, the counter-strike, well done. I was wrong, but Alvaro didn't get the mount up anyways. Oscarinen now trying to buy space. Super starts auto-attacking, takes a turret shot, the flash, ignite down, they're out of turret range, but Oscarinen uses the ward, but Super playing.
It does make it very difficult for Jojo Pyun to really trade effectively, and it means that then Jojo hasn't been able to really contest a lot of the movements. So even here you can see...
Flash from Mickey against the wall, and I see a cow who's leveraged Super against the wall, still there. Daisy now joins in, and a bullet time that Super can't escape from. His flash was up in 5 seconds, and it's a well-utilized time from Fnatic.
Jungle support that we saw worked so well for them last year to pick up all of this early objectives. They're about to kill Dragon. They already have the 3 of the Void Grubs as well, which means that if they're able to start looking towards, hey, we can steal away 1 Void Grub in a minute's time.
That's actually a good comparison too. Either way, I mean, Koi are set up to pull it out this game as Fnatic look to contest. Razork has got Daisy back up and available, but as Daisy enters the rift once again, Koi have a good position, now almost getting 2 grubs.
Yeah, still though, Alvaro's very far from his team.
Yeah, he might be dead actually. Humanoid dude is also far from his team. He gets shuffled by Jojo, but the gravity field again does a bit of work. Chaos Storm can't finish him off though, and that's the first kill. Now, Grubs reset, 2 still up and available as Koi look for the next part of the fight.
Alvaro on the flank though, only just spotted out by Mickey. Mickey needs to keep him out.
Crash down is good, but Mickey has done his job. Bullet time there, but Alvaro flashes before he gets the final hit. Bullet time caught midway as Elyoya comes through. Mirwin gets a flash out of Upset, who's running for his life. Fnatic are losing this fight despite the low health bars from Koi. As a flip back from Mirwin is exceptional. The kill goes down, duly given credit as Koi again swimming there. Remember, again, it's going to be the same outcome that you see every other single game as Mirwin might be in trouble. Grandmaster at Arms has popped, the flip back is there, and he's going to try and take the 1v1, but Mirwin can't redirect anymore. Remember, all out, and Mirwin now playing with a couple of daggers, bit of true damage as well in the kit as TP burnt, and that means that Movistar Koi's have backup.
Still though, Elyoya is here, so I think you can actually just look for the tower off the back of this. So good call by Jojo Pyun to follow up here, and here we go.
Against the wall, misses though. A counter-strike now subdues him, and Elyoya has to flash away. Not perfect, but the teleport can't be cancelled even though the turret's gone, and who cares if it was? Humanoid bursts into the scene, and against the wall, a mistake by Elyoya who's left alone, but the Impale, is it enough is the new question as he gets out with a sliver of his life, and somehow Koi are making it work. Super doesn't get taken down. The Chaos Ray almost does the job, but Fnatic just can't get a break with these 1-inch fights.
Fnatic just can't. Look at MF. Yes, Bars outranges as the auto attack range, but MF has this ultimate that hits you from an entire screen away, so she has an effective range that's longer, whereas when you're on hit Varus, it can be a little bit difficult to get into these fights, especially if you're under threat from Oscarinen jumping in, a flash from Mickey. There's a lot of things that can catch you out as you try and go for it, but Movistar Koi have been playing really well around Supa to enable him in these fights, and same with Jojo Pyun, just making sure that they are constantly safe and dealing the DPS if they need to.
And they're in such a good position. Dragon now taken, spawning a Mountain Soul here when they have Cassante, Skarna, Rel. A good front-to-back comp, feels good as Alvaro actually might be caught out against the turret though.
Mickey, no!
That was not right. Dagda, I think they didn't want him to go overside.
Yeah, I think they wanted him to stay put, and I don't think Mickey really needed to headbutt anything there to make sure that happened, but Alvaro saying thank you very much to Mickey for saving him. It will be Oscarinen though on the sideline catching stuff out as...
Hello, Daisy.
Okay, got the interrupt, so we'll complete the tower. Rift Tower going to be the next focus. Immediately, Mirwin has to go down and catch that big wave because he was interrupted, which is buying time now for Oscarinen to get the reset and could potentially open up on mid to look for a play if they want to, but I think Fnatic are just too far out of position to really try and follow up an upset, also on reset, so this is going to be a 4th objective now going over towards Movistar Koi, and they're in a fantastic spot here.
Herald in the back pocket. It's an early game of wonders that Fnatic have really struggled to grasp themselves. There's a couple of mistakes that we've seen as Jojo going to walk into the gravity field. He cares not because the setup's there. Alvaro flashes, gets a Magnet Storm, holds them in place. Super does the same with Chains of Corruption, but it only eventually gets Humanoid as he's out of range. Now Teleport as Fnatic want to look for a turn. Oscarin sets it up, but it's met by an Impale. Ulti on the way out, damage being done, but they can't get the job done again until Mirwin under turret says no! Humanoid gets in range, blinking health bars everywhere. A Root Caller gets it onto Super, but a knockback says no again. Fnatic are not being given a cent. Always remember that MSI, you know, top 4 on Evil Geniuses as well. Yep. When he was alongside people like Inspired, you know, previously Rogue in the past at LEC as well. I mean, Jojo.
But when it has come to day 1 of the LEC, we've seen it time and time again. Scrims don't matter, and it's Movistar going on towards this third dragon.
They really don't, do they? Fnatic are going to try and contest. They started with a TP, but as Herald is going to be summoned in the midst of it to make a 6th man, Fnatic now think about how they get in from this choke. Dragon looked away from Koi, instead looking for an engage. Poke is there, Mickey starts it off, but he just presents himself for another Heartsteel stack. Backs off, and Fnatic can't make a decision. Mirwin gets a stun back as well. The gravity field stuns no one, and in goes Jojo! Dun, dun, da, 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 da. He is dead! Dagda, Mad Koi has still found themselves though. Running forward, Mirwin with a flip back, but even though they find Jojo, it's a golden win for the rest of Koi.
I mean, is it a beautiful end to the anime though, as Yoya wants to try and go a little deeper. We'll get stunned up. No support.
Super to follow. Yoink, another stack goes down the range. Almost connects with Oscarin, and Fnatic are back in their base.
And Movistar on bottom side, like Humanoid has TP, not matching, and these are the same mistakes we saw Fnatic making in the mid game last year, where they're just not quite in the positions that they should be, over-committing with TPs to plays that they shouldn't have, and this was the worry, was could Mickey and Upset be a big enough voice? There, maybe if you can keep Movistar Koi at bay, you can look for some sort of trade there, but I think with the position Movistar are in, they're just going to push in top, get vision over this topside jungle, and immediately turn and burn this new objective.
Or at least go for the inner turret in the meantime as well. Oscarin is just waiting patiently as Mirwin absorbs a bit of damage, but cares not really. That is a 2-item tank here now with Spirit Visage, as Elyoya with an Impale has found himself a cheeky Razork. Chains Corruption make it easy as well, and there's future knockups to come as Mickey just takes some damage. Bullet time is nothing from Upset, and there you go. Koi have an advantage. No jungler, no smite. Take your pick.
Yeah, Baron gonna be taken. Like, you don't need to take Adakan because, well, you can go for Baron, go for Adakan, reset, and then just have this insane buff as you go through the enemy base. So Oscarin trying desperately to get in a position, but there's no ult for Upset. This is a bit risky for Fnatic.
Getting stun after stun, no smite, of course, means that the risk stops there as Humanoid looking to get shuffled on, flashes away. Jojo now just auto-attacking, goes golden with a Chaos Storm in the middle of the wave, but again, Koi have taken another one to bite the dust, and that Chaos Storm is not going to get the kill either. Koi just keep getting pick after pick, kill after kill, blood after blood.
Really do to dispel this. You don't even have ultimates anymore.
It's going to get flashy for someone like Jojo as well, and what a debut. Dagda, I know the hype that came from Fnatic. I know that the hype that was there, saying they could be better than teams like G2, are they the best? Right now, people are questioning, like, hang on a minute. What do we think of Koi? What do we think of Fnatic now?
But the problem is, if Jojo Pyun just rocks all the European mid laners, like he's just beating Humanoid, does that mean that he just gets to rub all those old tweets in our face? Like, we kind of need him to be a little bit humble.
Right.
He can't just come into the region and just ruin everything, you know?
Caps, you got a big task to do. He got a lot to say. But for now, Humanoid little here in this game where he hasn't been able to play out his Victor. Been able to stack much as Oscarin with a stun. This is a hope. He's got Grandmaster's Might on top of Mirwin, but the rest of Koi are running in. Jojo does it again, but this time more members feel the sting as he sits in, takes no damage, and Upset tries to beat him some, but Jojo rocks up into a bullet time and will withdraw to play it back again.
And this is spectacular from Jojo Pyun. This is how you use the Adakan buff, setting up your team spectacularly to take 2 of these inhibitors with the Baron buff. And honestly, they might even be able to take a Nexus turret or two. Now, Nexus turrets do respond, but does this game last 3 more minutes? I don't really think so.
I'm just wondering if Jojo can get there before they try and end the game. Here we go. All in from Alvaro. Doesn't connect. Mirwin the same as well. Oscarin gets backline access, but does he have enough damage? He's swayed once more and broken down. GA pops, but super here to auto as Mickey tries to delay the inevitable. That GA should give him a little bit more to play through as Mirwin and Super still left standing, and look at Super having the time of his life on this virus. He blights one and takes another. A GA to send them back as Fnatic are left with no Nexus turrets.
There is nothing in the base of Fnatic, and what makes it worse is this false life. The fact you only get 100 gold for each of those kills you desperately had to work for, whereas Movistar Koi get all the gold, a quick reset, a mountain soul for themselves because they're back on the map faster, and now just get to waltz into your base as you're trying to hold. You literally get half a second to breathe and you're back into it.
Don't worry, Dagda, if they wait 2.5 minutes, the Nexus turrets will respawn.
I like the quote from Betty.
You might not think this is important, but I won a game thanks to these respawning. I'd like to see the proof.
Well, Fnatic are gonna maybe need to find proof in the pudding here because they need something to go their way.
They need an entire cake at this point, Dagda, and if they could eat it too, they'd probably be given the time to look at those respawning Nexus turrets. There's a nice flip back. Mickey looking for his last engage. Chain of Corruption, flash away, and nicely done from Super. An exceptional debut for him this year as well, as you might be surprised, but everyone looked at this roster as one to prove the point. They went to Worlds last year, but they're looking to take a championship with it too, as they beat G2 as well, I might add in as well. Feels like 6 is a big point of contention for a lot of these skirmishes, and I see skirmishes on G2's comp.
I also see another main swap. Grubs, and I don't think he can really get in here.
Vladdy's got the health bar, but again, as you said, because that ulti's up there scared, but Targma says no, he starts trample and can't summon with the cleanse out while Yike bops away Lebrov's engage. Casey with an advantage here, but not before the third grub goes down. G2 got what they wanted, but a kill given over. Trades big. Casey with first blood on the board as Caps. Shuriken flip in on top of Vladdy, goes into the smoke screen again. He's got good damage and a good pathway. Vladdy's dead, and Caps cleaves him in two.
Kalis gets the first blood in his first game, but it's KC set their sights to the Void Groups.
BB going to spot out this gank though in the meantime. Could be in trouble, but Body Slam is available. A barrel roll to slow down Targamas, and he takes the upward path. Waits though, he still wants the Body Slam, but he's knocked up. Permafrost there. He gets out eventually, but he's not away. And KC with another. They're going to secure grubs off the back of that.
Yeah,
no Oysters could move as one turret left, or plating rather, for KC in the top side. Well, eventually, Vladdy's just holding the wave, and Skumont's getting invasive. He gets innovative, and for Vladdy, he gets flashed on with a Cyclone, and at ball time, he's dead. And Skumont's pathing at his angle enters his kill.
And this, because that ramping damage is insane, so they kind of missed their little bit of a window there, but still KC now trying to put the hurt on towards Caps as he just backs away. But there's not really much you can really do here, because G2 can still collapse here.
They can indeed, but Lebrov's taking damage. Permafrost sent out. He's just dead. Lebrov biting off way too much as Skumont takes a true shot barrage as well. KC with the advantage, and Skumont sent packing, but Caps is like, I'm going in. Shuriken flip, not connecting here, but a shroud down just in case. And G2 running away. They have to flee. KC just...
Yeah, it should be able to with the demolish, maybe.
I mean, this is KC, beats the strength. There they go. So first turret goes down. G2 weren't able to access bot, and Dagda, big win here as Kalis is going to get spiked up. Caps goes in and takes him down. Welcome to the LEC. It's clap style.
I thought he was going to be able to outplay Caps there. His team was on the way. But again, just that one step too far. Didn't expect the Shurikens to hit, the 5-point strike, I should say, because still had the flash, still had the barrier.
Right.
But again, it's a difference between Amiya, Masters, and Caps.
Well, he's 2-0, and he's already running this game. He's been set up by G2 to do so as they start the Dragon. KC are coming to this second fiddle without their AD carry, but he will have a true shot barrage as he spawns in 2 seconds. As Lebrov is the target again. He's not that tanky, and KC makes light work of him. There's going to be a TP flank, but G2 have already lost members. It's Caps and BB in the same play. Vladdy's a target. Shuriken flip doesn't connect as Skumont is chasing Yike, and it's a broken apart fight. But speaking of broken, the blade is down. It's a trade again, but there's no jungler on the side of KC, while Broken Blade and Lebrov ended up dying.
The health bars on on KC's side, though, are a little bit better, so I'm not sure how much Broken Blade just goes into a CC chain to end it all, but...
Targamas flash engage onto Caps, but he can't seal the deal. I mean, Vladdy tries to use his range to help out as KC use that set pressure to get the turret and the dragon in one fell swoop.
Yeah, at least they will push Caps back, but Skewmon going to answer with the Rift Tower on the top side. Broken Blade, I think, should be able to get the tower as well. I'm pretty sure that one's low on top of it, so you're getting at least the tower trades on opposite sides, the objective trades. But again, you have to see, can KC turn that Dragons into potential value in the future, or what are we going to now that multiplicatively works with the Trailblazer? He's going to be very, very quick, and may need to be in this case.
Matter too much. His body slam is there. Explosive cast finds him. There's a crash down. He pops the unbreakable will though, so he'll survive for a little bit longer, but at a low health bar, maybe it matters not. Herald also gets the mid lane turret while the cow drops down. And that's just good beat for you right now as Caps going to take the 1v1. Carter's got the health bar, and I worry for Caps here while we look towards top. The Flash Cyclone catches Yike, and the old jungler of G2 is sent packing against the wall while Caps dies. But it's going to be the trade-off for the jungler. While you're on the top side, does that open up G2 to the Archon? I don't think so, Dagda.
It's got to open up a wound for...
Trying to get their range, and he does on Han Summer as Dragons at 5k.
Oh,
this could decide the game. Dagda mentioned as Broken Blade wants to come in and find his angle. Caps has snuck into the brush, and now he sees Kana, the all-ins there. Lebrov has done exactly that onto the front line as well, but he's taken down an instant, and Caps is dying too. The blue wall has struck lightning of G2 as a knockup is easily done, and Kalist blasts for another. G2 are routed, and KC have done the unthinkable.
The pincer was not strong enough to hold back the wave that is KC, and now they will move over towards a third dragon. Kills onto Kalist, and KC are coming alive in this final game.
Pulling apart his opener as he heads, as I said before, as his third item to match the rest of KC with Italy.
One misstep against Caps, but since then, he has been very strong in these team fights and consistently finding the position he needs to be in. Targamas going to spot out Caps.
Yeah, he's in trouble actually. I mean, Caps
here.
was looking for a long way around. Shuriken Flip is nice, but the perfect execution takes it and gets out! Slick as anything, he's got the Hex. If we get one fight around the top side of the map, it's going to lead to that double objective as G2 want to deny the soul at the very least, give less tools to KC.
Double TP's coming in though. KC, can they try and get in here?
Caps.
Yike.
Permafrost is there. The poke not there. I'm waiting again. The flash over the wall. Almost.
Vladdy gets it!
I said almost because it wasn't Yike. It was Vladdy with a damn laser.
It's KC's mid-jungle getting into the pit that keep G2 at bay.
And
now they're going.
They've got the slow and the permafrost as well. KC land ability after ability, and with the Hextech Soul, they find a lot, but Caps on the back end has found Kana. In fact, he's separated from his team. He flashes away, but Lebrov with the all-in helps Caps, and he explodes. Caps finds the angle, and G2 see the fight.
Caps wants to reset to TP back into the fight. The calls are playing slow from G2, but KC, they have the slows. They immediately go for Archon. You don't really have the tools here for KC to fight back. An ultimate on your bottom lane needs to be the difference maker, but you've got to find the difference against a 5-man strong G2, and I just don't think you can do that right now. Targamas needs to find the engage.
They haven't checked this brush yet. Vladdy's coming in. A barrel roll down. Vladdy, the next spot here, and good damage from Broken Blade. He's taking this Victor out by himself, and they're going to need support as Caps is doing the same, but Kalist getting in the way there instead. Turners. Archon was stolen. The GA is given over to KC, but they're getting destroyed. Broken Blade running away from Kalist, but he can't outrange Kana as G2. G2! Skewmon clones. Kana's over the wall, though. He can still do what Kalist failed at as he ranges through. Kana is at full HP, ready to take on the whole team on the Han Summer. Getting the flash out is big, but he's got GA. He takes one with him. Kana almost a second. He'll withdraw, but G2, the second objective in a row, stolen from within their grasp.
And now that opens up for Baron. I cannot believe that that steal came through, because it may have just broken up in the game. The soul, the Archon taken from G2, thanks to Yike, thanks to Vladdy, and now it may just be the game stolen as well.
Didn't we talk about this when he was on G2 last year? We're like, man, Yike, some incredible steals in 2024. Well, now at the turn of this year, he opens game one, doing exactly that. Baron in their grasp, Casp now under there, and he's Caspar because Flatty has taken him down.
KC, what more could you ask for? Caps is falling at the feet of the new KC, and they are looking at the base.
And the base should fall pretty fast. I mean, Flatty walks up, KC, the 4-man unit, start approaching. G2 struggling now at the range and the poke of a Hex Tech Soul and Baron enhanced minions.
But Callista's mid, and so is Kana. They're just taking inhibitors in their faces. G2 can do nothing in this position. A Baron up wave is next on the menu for topside as Callista starts to get the poke down.
It started with Spain earlier on. Koi entered the rift big, and KC are doing the same. France now approaching another inhibitor, another Nexus turret, or rather their first thereof, but the minion wave is going to help do the talking.
Noxus is for the strong, it is not for the old, and KC are looking strong here against the old guards.
The ramp up damage is disgusting as Callista still has the GA for a little bit longer. He's the only one, but the Baron minions again are doing all the work. He arcane shifts forward, a bit psychotic, but he knows he'll die and come back. The rest of KC are doing the work anyway, and G2 left with one turret have to hope to defend. A bullet time great, a cyclone good, but in the end it won't matter as KC still clean up the pieces. Caps there on the defense doing the Lord's work, but Kana untouched until Hansawa puts a bullet through his heart. Caps doing good, but in the end, even with the triple kill, the base is in tatters.
Callista thought he would buy enough if he went. G2, they have to face check into a very scary KC.
Got a 4-item Victor. That Ezreal the same as well. Fog of War, as you said, the night is dark and full of terrors for G2.
Caps needs to clear this top wave. The second he shows KC can look for the plays. Callista going forward. He feels it.
Lebrov, Targamas with him as well. In a choke, it won't be enough to dissuade him. True Shot Barrage dodged away from, but Lebrov is now at half HP.
Kana also moving up towards that top side. He's jumped on towards Caps as well. Kana looking to finish off the Akali.
They're going to get Elder's Dagger. G2 can't do anything about it unless they go now, but Lebrov is spoken to harshly by Vladdy.
And now Kana has more words for the G2 backline, saying you have to get away from this. This is our territory. This is a new year in the LEC. A Broken Blade is about to find out about it.
Targamas on top, helped by Kana. He's caught out and he's going to die. Execute through. The blue wall is rising, and I don't know how high you can climb, but for G2, the heroes of the LEC, they are taken care of. First it was Spain with Koi, and now with France with the blue wall. KC have entered the rift, have entered the LEC for 2025, and they have taken care of firm favorites in G2. That looks like a bit of a bug. I don't know what to say about this, Dagda. I see no health bars, but now the Nexus after the ace, and KC beating G2 is going to hype you up for this roster once again.
Welcome